Yes, sir. I think we are live now. Good evening. Welcome to all in webinar called Mechatronics, an overview, career and scope. My name is Nasreen Bano. I am assistant professor in the Department of Mechatronics Engineering, SZABIST, Karachi. I will be moderating this session today. SZABIST is a fully accredited institute. It is approved and recognized by 𝗔𝗱𝗃 Pakistan as a degree awarding institution. At present, SZABIST has campuses in Karachi, Lahore, Larkana, Hyderabad, Dubai. SZABIST offers 7 programs: management sciences, media sciences, computer sciences, education and social sciences, life sciences, mechatronics engineering, and law. So beginning from mechatronics, mechatronics is a multidisciplinary field of engineering. It refers to efficient and effective integration of mechanical system and electronics. The application of mechatronic system range from simple household devices such as microwave to industrial CNC machines, robots, MRI X-ray machines, aircraft, ship steering controller, automobiles, engine controllers, telescope, and all the way to International Space Station. So in our today's session, we have 2 guests here. Dr. Faraz Junejo, the head of Department of Mechatronics, SZABIST Karachi. He did his MS and PhD in Mechatronics from Loughborough University, UK. He did his BE from NED University. He has more than 12 years of experience. He is 𝗘𝗃𝗃 approved supervisor, PEC expert for program evaluation, member of NCRC of 𝗘𝗃𝗃, and many more at SZABIST also. So we welcome you, sir, here. Sir, please can you brief us regarding the mechatronics program at SZABIST?
Okay. So a very warm welcome to all the people who are watching this webinar. Basically, mechatronics was initiated by SZABIST back in 2010. So at that time, SZABIST was the pioneer institute in this province of Sindh, because it was not happening anywhere else in this region, even in Sindh or Balochistan. So SZABIST, under the guidance of Chancellor, took this initiative of by looking at that this is where the future belongs. So SZABIST launched this program back in 2010, and since then it has been running very successfully, alhamdulillah. And in recent past, we've also been given accreditation by PEC under level 2, that is outcome-based education, which primarily focuses on the skills that are imparted to our students. So it's a rather than being teacher-centric, it's a student-centric system under which we are conducting this program. And our labs are state-of-the-art labs. If you want to go have a look at these labs, because of the COVID scenario, obviously, it is not possible to visit the campus at present. But however, we have got comprehensive portfolios which are put on our website. So you can take a virtual tour, and you will see that our labs can compete with the renowned labs in the world, especially with reference to robotics, control systems, industrial automation, which are the core areas of mechatronics program.
We have another guest, Mr. Aneel Ahmed. He did his MS Telecommunication Networks from FAST University, Lahore. He did his MS in Information Technology from SZABIST Karachi, and he is also a PhD fellow at Karachi. He has more than 12 years of experience regarding this all. Sir Aneel is also program manager for our mechatronics engineering program. Sir, how student can apply here? What's the application applying criteria for the students?
Hello, assalamu alaikum everyone. So starting from the bachelor's program, the percentage requirement for the student for BE, they need to have 60% in their matriculation as well as intermediate. So for fall 2021, they should have 60% in matriculation. And the admission policy is, first they have to go for our website of admissions.zabist.edu.pk, apply online, fill up the form and submit it, and then the admission office will give them the admit card. There, in COVID scenario, we have designed our admission policy accordingly, that there will be a oral test will be conducted through online, and after that there is an interview as well. So the total weightage for the oral test will be 40%, and the interview will be the 40%, and for the matriculation previous education, that is 20%. On that basis, his or her merit weightage will be compiled. So students should have pre-engineering background for this program.
Sir, there is a student, SN Chaudhary. He's asking that what is the scope of mechatronics engineering within Pakistan? So how the student can groom themselves in Pakistan or excel themselves?
Okay. So let Hassan, thank you for asking this question, very pertinent question. Primarily in mechatronics, if you would remember, mechatronics is simply an integration of mechanical and electronics through software engineering. So this is a multidisciplinary field, and with reference to the scope in Pakistan, especially what we have seen in the last 10 years, that our graduates who have graduated have, alhamdulillah, have been able to find jobs in local manufacturing industry with quite ease, and at the same time they are also working in multinational companies, not only in Pakistan but also in UAE, in Canada, in Germany, and in USA. So these are the few places in which our alumni are working. So with reference to the scope, because everything, if you pay attention, especially with reference to production, is moving towards automation, and this is what mechatronics has been designed for. So the beauty of mechatronics is that in addition to pure mechanical electronic skills, you also can integrate those two components through software engineering, and obviously you need control for that. So that is the beauty, because once you graduate, then the options that are available to a mechatronics graduate are quite vast, ranging from medical engineering to software engineering. Okay, so the students who have graduated from our department, for example, some of them have gone on to establish their own software houses, and they are running those businesses very well. Similarly, some of them have gone on to pursue PhD from the world leading universities. For example, there are few students who are pursuing PhD in Germany, USA, as well as in Canada. So that is the advantage of mechatronics, because it's a multidisciplinary field. So it offers you options, especially once you graduate. It offers you options, and not only in terms of your postgraduate studies, but also in terms of career. So, for example, just to put it in a summary, if you graduate with a mechatronics degree, then you can do your specialization in smart manufacturing, you can do it in robotics, you can do it in microelectronic mechanical systems, or you can do it in machine vision. So there are many options that are available, which if you were to do only mechanical or electronics, you will not have those options. So just I believe that would answer the question.
Oh, I hope, SN, you have got your answer. So we want to move further. That
Please.
is mechatronics engineering at SZABIST Karachi an accredited program or not?
Okay. Yes, madam.
First,
it is accredited. Yes, madam. It is accredited with Pakistan Engineering Council. Alhamdulillah, we have 7 batches pass out, and they are, alhamdulillah, all are accredited with Pakistan Engineering Council with under the OB level 2, that is Washington Accord.
So, sir, what are the advantage of level 2 accreditation from PEC or for this accreditation and all? Is there any sort of advantages the student can have?
Yes. So back in the recent past, PEC has moved towards outcome-based education system. Just to highlight what outcome-based education system is, that it is, rather than focusing on what is being taught, now the focus is towards the learning of the students, that what has been learned by the students. So you can say that with outcome-based education, it is focuses on student learning rather than teacher-centric. So the advantage of having this OBE-based accreditation is that if you were to graduate under OBE level that is level 2, then in that case there are many countries. I believe there are 41 advanced countries which are signatory of this Washington Accord, and you can go and practice in these countries, and you can apply not only for credit transfer but also for job applications, and your degree would be treated at par with those universities which are being teaching which are in those countries. So that is the advantage of OBE, that it gives you great mobility not only in terms of credit transfer but also in terms of employability.
Okay, sir. So does SZABIST engineering inspire students to do research in different engineering subfield? It's the question asked by Mohammed Bakar.
G.
Yes.
Basic. Okay. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Roxa, please.
Okay. So if we talk about the research culture in our program, then what would you see that there are around 12 to 15 FIPs that are taken each year. Okay, so out of those FIPs that are taken, around 50% are sponsored by industry, in which students are actually solving are doing applied research, and they are solving problems that are being faced by local industry. So we do encourage students not only to do research in different subfields. So, for example, some people have worked in solar engineering towards renewable energy in recent past. Similarly, some of the students have gone on to work in local industry for industrial automation, and some groups have worked on concept of industry 4.0. So yes, we do encourage students, and at the same time, our students, when they go through rigorous 3 years of training, that is first 6 semester, then they are well equipped to take any project which is being given to them by industry. And in that regard, I must say that our EDC department, in consultation with the departmental focal person, who is industrial liaison representative from the department, works very hard in that regard, and that has given us great results in recent past.
Okay, sir. So Mohammed Bakar, you must have got your answer. So, Sir Cairo is asking that this mechatronics program has connections with academic program outside the university, like research exchange program. The major is the research exchange program, basically.
So at present, what happens is that many of our students have been to exchange program, primarily to US and Europe. And if you were to say a research exchange program, then in that case, what do we do is that we have got a smart manufacturing lab set up at SZABIST Karachi, which is under the Faculty of Computer and Engineering Sciences. So under that lab, what do we do is that we coordinate, or we work together with many national and international universities. For example, presently we are working on few projects which are with Nanjing University in China, and at the same time we are working with NUST and GK. So there are many options available in terms of research exchange. The idea is that we select a project, and then we have got collaborative universities. Those universities are located nationally as well as internationally.
So Cairo, you must have got your answer. Sir, students are mixedly asking that whether the classes are conducting on campus and whether there will be a test for the admission.
Madam, test will be online.
Okay.
And
So
it will be
no
conducted.
basically.
Yes, and the link in detail will be shared with the student according to the details which they have provided when they fill up the form online, and it will be through Google Meet and the online or Zoom, whatever the platform will be provided by the SZABIST for those students. And around it will be around 30 minutes for each and every student. First, there will be an oral test in which we will asking the question from them related to physics, chemistry, maths, English, and general knowledge. After that, immediately we will take their interviews, and at the time of filling up the form, they will be asked to write a letter for that is statement of purpose. What are their aptitude, why they want to join this program, what are their objectives, what are their aims for this program after completing this degree, how can they want to serve this country or the field, like this.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So there is another question from Urva Hussain that will a student now register for a master's degree program in the final year of the undergraduate? Is it possible, sir? Let's suppose if a student is in final year of his bachelor's and whether he can apply for the master's?
So in that case, the policy is quite clear that if somebody is registered in the final semester, then if there are 𝗪𝗡 students, then basically what happens is that MS will only start in fall, which will be after the conclusion of the degree program. So the requirement for the degree program is that a student who is applying for MS program, they must have a bachelor degree, and that bachelor degree it can be in related disciplines as well. Not only in mechatronics, they can have a BE degree or BS degree in mechanical engineering, electronic and electrical engineering, instrumentation. There are many related fields that are mentioned on our websites. But at the same time, this is a requirement that they must have at least cleared those degree programs, and that those degree programs must also be accredited by Pakistan Engineering Council. For 𝗪𝗡 students, the advantage is that they don't need to apply all over again. They simply need to fill in the program continuation form, and that will be happening after the conclusion of summer semester and during summer semester while we are going through the admission process. And if admitted, then they will simply continue in MS program.
Okay, sir. Urva, you must have got your answer, Vijay. So, sir, moving towards the Sarvat Joseph's question, that is there any tuition fee waiver for student whose siblings have already studied mechatronics engineering from 𝗪𝗡, basically?
Madam, so far there is not such kind of fee waiver, but there are 𝗪𝗡 provides so many scholarships on the basis of merit, need based, on the Sindh endowment, Chief Minister Sindh, Balochistan endowment, Shell, Japanese. There are so many other scholarships that students can avail at the same time during their studies. But there is a minimum criteria of maintaining a CGPA of 2.
Okay. So it means that the financial aid is available, need-based as well as the merit-based?
Okay, I will add to that for Sarvat that one thing that we can promise you, that at 𝗪𝗡 you will not be turned away because of financial hardships. That is what we are proud of as well, that 𝗪𝗡 not only offers internal scholarships, but also there are many external funded scholarships options available. So there are multiple scholarships available as indicated by Program Manager Mr. Aneel Ahmed. So that is not something that should worry you. So 𝗪𝗡 takes pride that we do manage the students who are facing financial difficulties, and there are many options available for them to take. Even there are options available to take 𝗪𝗕 under the Ehsani scheme. So there are many options available. So that should not deter you from applying to 𝗪𝗡. And that goes for every program at 𝗪𝗡 Karachi or in any other campus.
Okay, Sarvat, you must have got your answer. Sir, Mohammed Bakar is asking that are the students funded for their FYP projects in 𝗪𝗡 or not?
Okay, so in general, there is no funding available from 𝗪𝗡 with reference to the final year projects. But what happens is that, Alhamdulillah, every year around 5 to 6 projects that we nominate are given the full recovery of whatever their spending was on their final year projects through Ignite funding. So that is an option available. So for example, if there are 15 projects undertaken, generally speaking, 15 to 18 projects are undertaken every year. So out of these, around 30 to 40%, we do nominate them for Ignite funding. And in the recent past, experience has shown us that they've been given fully refund of their expenses that they've done for FIP. But however, there's no research fund available for FIP from ZABIST for the students.
Okay, Mohammed Bakar, you must have got your answer. 𝗙𝗹𝗹𝗀𝗀𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 is asking that whether mechatronics student need a job experience before master's program or before applying for the master's program in mechatronics engineering.
Not at all. We can students, fresh graduates can also apply. So there is no requirement for having a job experience before applying for a master's in mechatronics.
However, I would add that 𝗙𝗹𝗹, it is highly recommended, and the students who are continuing with us for their master's program, that they must be employed somewhere, they must be working in the field, because master's program is an evening program. So we prefer our students, and the existing students that we have got, alhamdulillah, all of them are engaged in one form or another form in some professional experience. So it is highly recommended that yes, it is not required that for the enrollment in the program, job experience is not required, but you must be involved in some professional practice while you are undertaking this evening program.
Okay, Mr. 𝗙𝗹𝗹, you must have got your answer. So Subal Kamran is asking that what is the criteria for gold medalist or the silver medalist in this undergraduate program?
May I add, sir?
Yes, please.
For gold medalist and silver medalist, you have to complete your all courses in the 4-year degree program, and you have to take all the courses within your program with minimum CGPA of 3.2 out of 4. Then you will be eligible. If you got a highest GPA in your batch, then you will be eligible for a gold medalist, and the second highest goes for the silver medalist.
Okay, sir. So moving further, let's suppose after completing the program, so what are the options the student can opt for higher studies abroad, like for masters, for PhD?
Okay, so in that regard, as a requirement of outcome-based education system, we do maintain a directory, a comprehensive directory of our alumni to keep track of their how they've been doing since they've graduated. So from that, what we have learned that in recent past, the trend is for students to go abroad after they finish their undergraduate studies. Okay, but once they've gone to abroad, then many of them have stayed there to pursue either their PhD studies or their industry job. So my advice and our advice from the department is always that while you complete your undergrad degree, it's desirable that if you were to spend at least 1 or 2 years in the field, so that you get a taste of applied what real world problems are in terms of mechatronics, and then in that case the learning experience in your masters will be enhanced. But otherwise, people can go for masters straight away as well after their undergrad studies. But generally speaking, what we have seen, the recent trend is that around 20 to 30% students, once they complete their undergrad degree, they go to European countries or US or Canada to pursue. And nowadays, Turkey as well. Turkey and Malaysia are quite popular as well among students. The reason being is that there are many scholarships available there for master's program as well. So generally speaking, nowadays what we see that around 20 to 30% students, once they graduate, they go abroad for higher studies, and the rest of the students are involved in local industry, while many of them are pursuing their masters not only from ZABIST but also from other universities.
Thank you, sir. So Cairo is asking that, is there any supervision granted to the researchers, like in research and development, in product and development?
Yes, so in that regard, Cairo, in recent past, we have established, as I mentioned earlier, a smart manufacturing lab, which is funded by HEC. And that lab, what we are doing is that we we have involved not only PhD and MS students, but we have also involved many FIP groups as well. So those FIP groups are given due supervision. They are assigned a supervisor, which is a faculty member, which is associated with the project. And then, yes, obviously, supervision is given to the students that are working on research projects, because obviously you cannot do research without guidance. So yes, at ZABIST, we do take pride that and not only research supervision, but with supervisors who have also got rich research experience as well.
Sir, Saima Daudi is asking how many seats are reserved for diploma students, for DAE students, basically.
In Mechatronic, according to the Pakistan Engineering Council guidelines, there are 2% seats are reserved in the BE Mechatronics program at all over Pakistan in any program in the Mechatronics program. So here in ZABIST, there are 2 seats for the DE students.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Saima, you must have got your answer. So Bilal Shahid is asking that does thesis-based MS program is better than the coursework, and whether these options are available at ZABIST or not?
Okay, so obviously any MS program with thesis work should be is preferable. Reason being is that because the idea of MS is to gain insight into a particular specialization, and thesis gives you that chance to apply that knowledge to solve, especially with reference to mechatronics, to solve some real world problem. So it is preferred that if you are doing MS, it should be done with thesis, and that would bode well not only for your academic career, but can also help you in your industrial experience. But at the same time, we must realize that not everybody can give due time to continue to engage in thesis work. So for those students, the option is available that they can pursue their masters with coursework as well. But yes, it is preferred for students' own sake, for their own professional development, that while they are pursuing their MS degree, that should preferably be done with thesis option.
Okay, sir. So I would like to ask that how long does it take to complete the bachelor's program at ZABIST and the master program at ZABIST?
Bachelor's program is of 4 years. There are 49 courses and 140 credit hours. Students have to complete minimum in 4 years and maximum 6 years. The requirement is student has completed A levels or intermediate with pre-engineering for A level physics, chemistry, maths, with minimum percentage will be 60. And for the MS program, there are total 30 credits with 5 core courses, 3 electives, and the 2 courses or thesis of 6 credit hours. They have to complete it minimum with 2 years or maximum 4 years. The minimum requirement for the MS program is 2 CGPA in their bachelor's program, and that bachelor program should be accredited with Pakistan Engineering Council. Students should have the PEC registration number. Moreover, after getting the admission, they should have cleared the GATE general exams of NTS with minimum 50%. That is the criteria for MS Mechatronics.
Okay, sir. So what is the deadline to apply for a bachelor's program and for the master's program for this year?
The 10th June will be the last date for applying for the admission at ZABIST. After that, from 21st June to 10th of July, there will be online test, oral test, and the interviews will be conducted. And after that, from 16th July, the merit list will be displayed for the admissions fall 2021.
Sir, students want to know about the mode of teaching at ZABIST, that how the papers are conducted and how the lectures are delivered. It's a mix and match question from the student. I have just collected them all, and I'm asking that whether the examinations or the assessment are open book or the closed book, or that whether it's on campus or online. So what will be the credibility of the exams and how this all being managed at ZABIST?
Okay, so due to COVID scenario, you would see that obviously right now the campus is closed. So in COVID scenario, what we have done is that when the campuses are allowed to open, then in that case, to ensure that SOPs are followed in true spirit, we have followed very successfully a synchronous hybrid mode, in which what happens is that half the class strength is sitting in the classroom physically, whereas the rest of the students are sitting online. So in that way, we have been able to provide students with without losing any time. We have been able to provide them with the maximum faculty interaction, which is how it should be. But during COVID, the exams have been because it's not possible to due to COVID scenario limitations that we cannot have physical exam in campus. So we have conducted exams online, and our faculty members, Alhamdulillah, have been doing it since last year, March 2020. I believe as soon as the closure was announced, that time we shifted to online teaching, and we have been conducting not only online assessment but online classes very successfully. The brighter side, which I believe we should always be paying attention to, is that with online teaching, teachers are more accountable because whatever they are being teaching, that's also been recorded, and they are uploading those recordings online. So for each class room, for example, if I'm teaching a course, there's a specific Google Classroom page, and after I'm done with my lecture, then I will going to upload the recording, a video recording of that particular lecture onto Google Classroom page, and I will also upload the lecture notes and lecture slides for the upcoming lecture so that students can go through them. Alhamdulillah, since March 2020, SZABIST has been at front in case of online teaching, and our experience has shown that although it is not obviously we cannot have physical interaction in that mode, but we have maximized the learning of our students, and we haven't allowed any loss of time. For example, our graduates are graduating on time. Even the convocation that was scheduled was held on time. Yes, it was in online mode, but the advantage was that students have not lost any time due to this scenario.
Sir Cairo has another question that do we need to do a specialization after bachelor's in mechatronics engineering to equintis with job requirement in Pakistan?
Okay, so that is pretty subjective question. Reason being is that after bachelor degree, you are well versed in your technical skills. You got a good skill set for mechatronics program. With the mechatronics program, that you should be able to get employed, as our students have been able to do it. Master's degree, the idea of a master's degree is that, for example, if some subfield of any discipline interests you, for example, if you are interested in condition monitoring, or if you are interested in robotics, then in that case, the idea is that you want to go further in that particular field, then you pursue your master's degree with the aim in mind that that will help you to gain more knowledge within that particular specialization. So, for example, at present, looking at the demand of the industry and with the consent of industry, we are offering two specialization in our master's program. One of them is manufacturing automation, and the second one is smart electromechanical systems. So, at ZABIST, while we have designed our bachelor and master's program, we also take input not only from our alumni but also from stakeholders, that is industry and employers as well.
Okay, sir. So thank you.
Yes,
So Mr. Shah's comment is basically in continuation to the previous question that in which I have asked that many students are asking regarding the mode of teaching at ZABIST. So he's asking about the labs, that whether the labs are project-based or research-based during this COVID scenario and all.
Okay, so how we have managed labs? Once again, what we have done is
Yes,
that
exactly.
lab
Lab
is an
and its
essential.
project.
Yes, project. Obviously, lab. Each lab in mechatronics program. will be accompanied with some project. Okay, that project can be an individual project or can be a group project, but all courses have got projects assigned to them. So yes, lab is an integral part of any engineering program, especially for mechatronics program. So what we have done is that for labs, we have once again we have divided each class into two groups, and although we finished spending twice the time as we would do normally. But what is happening that we have divided them into two groups, namely green and orange groups, and 1 week green students from the green group will visit, while ensuring that all SOPs are followed, and 2 weeks of practicals that roughly takes around 5 to 6 hours are conducted in that lab with half of the strength, and the rest of the guys, that is orange group, will going to visit next week. So this is how we have managed lab work. Similarly, our workshop lab, obviously we have to ensure SOPs. So keeping in mind the SOP guidelines, we allow our students to work in our workshop as well and in the different labs if they need to. So the COVID has not hampered due to our planning. Alhamdulillah, students have not been hampered in terms of their project work, or in terms of especially in terms of their final year project. They have been going smoothly, and they've also been concluded in timely manner.
Okay. Mr. Shah, you must have got your answer with it. So, sir, student would like to know that what is the curriculum of mechatronics engineering? Like they want to have the overview, as mechatronics is the multidisciplinary engineering, and it has the combination of mechanical, electronics with IT also. So, where its inclination is means at ZABIST. So
So
it's like
in
what's the curriculum like?
So curriculum is primarily, as you would know, that mechatronics is integration of mechanical, electronics, and computer or software engineering.
Yes.
So in first 2 years of our mechatronics mechatronics program, the focus is on the foundation courses of these three disciplines. So students are given foundation knowledge of mechanical stream, electronic, as well as software engineering stream. And then once we are done with the first 2 years, then from third year onwards, we start integrated courses like mechatronics system design, control systems, digital image processing, and microcontroller based systems, etc. So these courses, which combines the knowledge of mechanical with electronics and software engineering. And as you would know, that software is involved nowadays in all of the fields. So for example, if we are teaching control systems, then students are using LabVIEW, National Instruments LabVIEW primarily. If they are doing robotics, then they're using ROS. If they're doing machine vision or signal processing, they are using MATLAB. So each time they are undertaking any project, then they are also programming. So first 2 years are spent on teaching the foundation of these three disciplines, primary disciplines, that is computing, mechanical, and electronics. And the third and final year is primarily based on subjects which combines or which integrates these three disciplines. And
Thank you
obviously
so very much, sir, for
culmination is in
giving
the
us.
form of final year project.
Okay, sir. Miss Salim is asking that do ZABIST have links to get internship in summer or in winter break?
Yes, madam. We have a department that is Executive Development Center, EDC. Usually, they organize a career fair once in a year, and there are also they are posting the internships and conducting the internships test on the campus for different programs at ZABIST, and usually students follow those links or the advertisement which are posting on the EDC page, and then Alhamdulillah they are getting the internship from the good organizations.
Okay, I would like to add here that internship is a mandatory requirement for this degree program. So, in fact, all degree programs at ZABIST needs compulsory internship of at least 6 weeks. and normally the students do it in summertime because that is enough time for them to complete at least 6 weeks of internship. And as Mr. Aneel Ahmed has mentioned, that our EDC department greatly facilitates our students and they do internships. And generally speaking, what happens is the place where they are doing internship, mostly they end up taking up their first job at that very organization as well.
Okay, Ms. Salim, you must have got your answer. So Ms. Fatma is asking that whether a student can enroll in a PhD here in SZABIST. No.
Yeah, this is I can
Yes, sir.
see this is with
Sorry, sir. I just without doing the masters, that whether the student can do the PhD directly and this sort of opportunities available here at SZABIST or not.
Okay, so this question is with reference to the recent controversial policy that was announced by HEC. And our stance, our service stance in that regard is that we don't believe that students with just BE degree or bachelor's degree should be pursuing PhD degree. So at present we haven't got this option available at ZABIST.
Okay, so a student would like to know again the test dates, the interview dates, and from when the classes or the next semester will be starting.
And the last
So
date
they want
for
to have these dates.
Okay, the last date for applying for fall 2021 is 10th of June, and the test will be conducting from 21st of June till 6th of July. And after that, the result will be announced, and the classes will commence from the second Monday of September.
Okay, sir. And sir, from when the classes will be starting?
From second Monday of the September
The
2021.
dates, basically. They will.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Mr. McInnifer is asking that how much does an industry need a mechatronics engineer, like mechanical engineer or electronics engineer? It has the same quality.
Okay, so just to put it in perspective, basically mechatronics engineers, if you were to look at the curriculum, you would see that they are well-rounded individuals with a broad professional skill set. Okay, so that employers actually nowadays are looking for. So whenever you talk to employers, they are looking for people who have got multidisciplinary knowledge. Okay, so in that case, that is where the mechatronics engineering comes in, and it gives students with a great option because they are equipped not only with mechanical engineering, but they are also rich in electronics, instrumentation, and real-time software implementation as well. So this is where the advantage of mechatronics graduates comes in, that they are not limited to mechanical design only, but they also got rich experience because nowadays the industry is all automated. Okay, so the days of pure mechanical or even electromechanical are long gone, and the industries are being automated nowadays. So in that case, when you have got this multidisciplinary knowledge of three disciplines, it also makes it difficult as well. Please keep this in mind. It's a rigorous program and it takes a toll as well on the students as well. So you have to be very ready to take this degree program. You have to be committed to pursue this degree program. But there's a huge scope, and that scope is translated by the employability of our graduates. And Alhamdulillah, some of our good graduates, even when they are studying, for example, there are students who are in their 7th semester, they are also being employed. Okay, so primarily I would say
Sir, Mateen
that
is asking another.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Sir, Mateen is asking that what's the difference between the mechatronics and the robotics and how they are related to each other?
Okay, the difference is that robotics is one of the major field of mechatronics, and there are many other subfields of mechatronics. So, but when we talk about mechatronics, the first thing that comes to your mind is that you are programming robots to do a certain job. So robotics is integral part of mechatronics, but robotics is not only mechatronics. So mechatronics can also have machine vision, can also have big data. Even big data is part of mechatronics now. Machine learning is part of mechatronics, and similarly we have got digital signal processing. There are many other disciplines which are also part of mechatronics. But robotics, yes, it is the integral part of mechatronics, because this is where the term mechatronics comes into effect completely.
Okay, Mechanifer, you must have got your answer, Vijay. Sir, Anam Anwar is asking, do you accept the transfer student from various university, and what is its criteria if yes?
For the transfer cases, first you have to apply online at SZABIST and going through the all process of admission test. Then after getting the admission, you have to bring the final transcript from your relevant university, and that program should be accredited with Pakistan Engineering Council. Number one. Number two, the program from which you are coming to SZABIST, there should be from electronics, aerospace, avionics, mechanical, telecom backgrounds. And
Okay,
the
sir.
courses will be
Yes.
transferred that are according to our curriculum with minimum 80% or B grade should be your grades in that course, so that those courses will be transferred, but not more than 50% according to the HEC and PC guidelines.
Okay, just
Okay,
to
Ms.
add
Anwar, you must
this,
have your answer. Okay, sir. Ji, sir. Ji, ji.
yeah, just to add to Mr. Aneel Ahmed's comments, these details are also available quite explicitly on our website as well. So please refer to our website as well for these transfer guidelines.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Ms. Anwar, you must have got your answer. So, sir, Mr. Jamil is asking that whether the foreign universities consider our credit hour in case of transfer of the university or the transfer of the program.
Yes, I've mentioned earlier as well that foreign university, because it is our program is accredited by Pakistan Engineering Council, and additionally it is accredited under level 2. So the credits are equally transferred to any advanced countries as well. So yes, they do take into account the credits that are completed at SZABIST Karachi, and we have had experience, not many though. I believe 3 to 4 students in past have used this option of credit transfer. And similarly, we also have transfer credit from the renowned universities which are a bit accredited. So there have been students coming from Canada and from the UK who have been transferred to Mechatronics program at SZABIST. So at that time, we pay attention to a bit accreditation, and similarly, they pay attention to our accreditation with PEC. And nowadays the requirement is it should be under outcome-based education.
Okay, sir. So, Mr. Jamil, you must have got your answer. So, we have many comments regarding the potential career opportunities of mechatronics engineer in Pakistan. There are many comments regarding it.
Okay, so the answer would be, or advice would be in that case, that please explore for yourself, because you are about to undertake a major decision in your life. So you must be very clear in your thoughts that where your interest lies. In mechatronics, from where we are coming from, what we see in future, in next 5 to 10 years, you will see that mechatronic, it is, although it is still out here, but you will see that everything would be dependent on automation. Okay, so for example, let me give you a very simple example nowadays, that even the food delivery that is being done at our home now is done through online mode. Okay, so everything is moving towards automation, and you will see that mechatronics will going to grow and grow everywhere. Okay, so but my advice to the students or prospective students would be to explore for yourself what mechatronics is, what the future scope is, and whether they, because it's a applied mechatronics. unlike many other disciplines, it's an applied discipline. So mostly you are involved in project work. Okay, because the idea of a mechatronics engineer is to be a design engineer. One of the principal requirement from mechatronics engineer is that they should be able to become entrepreneurs or technopreneurs, that rather than seeking jobs, they should be able to provide jobs. This is where the idea of having this integrated knowledge comes into place. That mechatronics gives you that skill set that not only allows you to do maintenance or operating job, but you can also do the designing, but the entire design by yourself. So we believe the scope is unlimited for mechatronics, and it is growing with the day. But at the same time, the advice would be, please explore for yourself. And it's very easy nowadays to get input of different consultants. You can use YouTube, Google, etc., to explore what mechatronics is, and then you can decide for yourself.
Thank you, sir. So Ms. Dawood is asking that after doing bachelor's in mechatronics, can he take admission in MS Computer Sciences program? Is it possible at SZABIST?
Yes, he can. Yes, she can apply for the. She's eligible for MS Computer Science while doing mechatronic engineering.
Okay, Ms. Dawood, you must have got your answer. Sir, many comments are asking that where our graduates are, what are they doing these days, whether they are industry or whether they are in educational sector, academia.
Okay,
They would
so
like to ask, they would like to know our LMs basically.
okay, so for LMs, we do maintain our LM directory, and we also keep in touch with them as well to see that how they are progressing in their respective careers. So as I've mentioned earlier, that what we have seen from roughly from the data, that around 20% of the or 20 to 30% of the students are currently pursuing their masters and PhD degrees in foreign universities or in Pakistan, and the rest of the people are employed. And there are many places where our students are being employed, not only nationally but also internationally. So, for example, there are many graduates who are also working in UAE and Saudi Arabia as well. So, depending upon the job requirement, majority of the students, 60 to 70% are employed, and they are pursuing their careers in different industries. Some of them have also gone on to establish their own companies, and they have been very successful at this. And 20 to 30% of students have gone on to pursue their postgraduate studies. But that postgraduate studies are also while they are engaged in industry and some job primarily in the Europe and US and Canada.
Okay, sir, Ms. Dawood is asking that what will come in oral test?
The
What
oral
are the
test will
subjects which will be covered
okay.
in the oral test?
Basically, we will ask from the background of O levels, A levels, intermediate subjects: physics, chemistry, maths, English, general knowledge. These are the subjects from which we are asking the questions from the students.
Okay, let
So
me give
what's
you an
the
example as well, Salma.
okay?
That is because she has been asking specifically. So the type of question would be like, for example, you have learned to do differentiation, you have learned to do integration. Students come and they already know how to differentiate, how do they do, and how do they solve matrices. So mostly the question is from engineering perspective, that where do we apply this? So when do we need differentiation? When do we apply integration in real life? What is the use of matrices? So these are the type of questions that you should be prepared with, because knowing that how to do something is very important, yes, but at the same time, where do we need to apply them is equally important. So these are the type of question, because she has been asked specifically. So the question will not be that you need to memorize anything. They will be focusing on your understanding and your comprehension of the concepts, especially in physics, chemistry, physics and math. primarily for this degree program. And obviously, then, as Mr. Aneel Ahmed has mentioned, that we need a well-rounded individual, so we'll also be asking questions from general knowledge.
Sir, Ms. Daud is further asking regarding the accreditation.
I hope that she is not the only one watching. But yes, this program is accredited by Pakistan Engineering Council under OBE system, which is Washington Accord.
Okay, sir. Ms. Khan is asking regarding the PLOs and CLO policy criteria at SZABIST.
Okay, so in that case, it will become a bit techy when I would discuss PLOs and CLOs. So PLOs is program learning outcomes, and CLOs when we say course learning outcomes. So for each course, we define, obviously there are some course learning outcomes which relates to the 12 PLOs which are being assigned to this degree program. Those 12 PLOs, the first five, these are available on our website, as well as the standard Washington Accord PLOs. So the first five are technical based, and from 6 onwards to till 12, that's focusing on soft skills. So for example, the KPI or the target that we set for PLOs for our students is 60%. So if, for example, I will put it in very briefly, that if a student fails to get clear any PLO in a subject, then as soon as they drop below 70, then in that case we do counsel them, because overall score needs to be for any students needs to be above 60 for any given PLO. So as soon as their scores, cumulative scores drops below 75, we counsel that student individually to ensure that they are able to achieve that PLO at the end of the program. So the failing a PLO in a course is not that alarming. It's the because PLOs are gauged when the students graduate. But yes, we keep an eye, and the minimum criteria for each student is to have cumulative 60% for any PLO. But as soon as in our system we have got a very good automated LMS system, so in that case, as soon as the student falls below 75 for any PLO, alarm is triggered, and then that student is counseled to ensure that when they do graduate, when at the time of graduation, they're able to meet those PLOs.
Thank you, sir. So hopefully Ms. Khan must have got her answer. Sir, a student would like to know the future of the mechatronics in general, that what will be the future of mechatronics, that after 10 years or after 15 years, where the mechatronics engineers would be standing, and how this whole world will be changing after facing this COVID and all.
Okay, yes, with this COVID, we have seen that even now we have, for example, I will give you a very good example, that there is a local industry in Pakistan, and they were having problem in their production. To streamline their production, they were having problem. So we have assigned one FIP last year, and they are completing this May, inshallah, that particular group. So that particular group has worked solely on scheduling. So they've worked on the scheduling of from the warehouse, for movement of the raw material from warehouse to the production floor, and then the feeding of the material onto the machine, and then once the part is manufactured, then how it will going to be transported to the storeroom. So that all scheduling is being done by our students, okay, through simulations, and then they've also applied it successfully in that particular industry, and they've been very happy with the progress that our students have shown. So my answer would be that you will see that in 10 years time mechatronics is will be everywhere. And a reason being is that I will not say that you should not pursue careers in mechanical or other disciplines, but the advantage or the idea of mechatronics, the concept of mechatronics is that you should be well versed in multidisciplines rather than only being, for example, when I graduated, my bachelor was in mechanical from NED. At that time, I had no clue regarding instrumentations, sensors, or actuators. Okay, but this is not the case when our mechatronics graduates, student graduates. Then they've got rich mechanical background, but they're also well versed with instrumentation, sensors, actuators, as well as software programming. Okay, so that is the idea. I believe that, and in Pakistan we see, and the world as well we see that the acceptability for mechatronics is growing day by day, and more universities, for example, how would we gauge that how mechatronics have done? This is one thing that comes to my mind, that how mechatronics is progressing in Pakistan. So back in 2010 when we started this program, degree program, and let me be very clear, it's a very expensive program to run. Okay, because the labs that we have established need lot of resources and lot of funding. So it's not an easy program to run. One thing I will like to be make it very clear. But even since 2010, now in this Karachi city, we have got multiple universities that are offering this program. So that will tell you that the acceptability or the scope of mechatronics is widening in our professional industry as well.
Thank you, sir. Sir, if a student have some more question after this session, obviously it's the end time for this session. So where they can contact?
For that, the email address is mechatronics@zabist.edu.pk, where they can ask for the queries if they have. Whereas on the ZABIST Facebook page, on ZABIST website, there is mechatronic brochure also present, and on that there is the cell phone number, landline number, and the admissions email addresses are also mentioned over there for their queries if they have. Inshallah, we will give them a reply as soon as possible.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you, Sir Aneel, for your time and for your comments. The students have really learned from you. I just want to conclude that the Mechatronics Engineering Program is ZABIST is basically committed to produce highly qualified engineering professionals to meet their contemporary and dynamic need of the industry. Thank you, sir. Sir, would you like to say something, or sir, would you like to say something to conclude this all?
Yes, sir. Please, Dr. Saab, please.
My advice to prospective students would be to explore mechatronics, and then they will for themselves realize that yes, it's a very fast growing field, and the future you will see that mechatronics will be everywhere. But at the same time, they should also have the acumen, the hands-on appreciation of what is required. So only then they should be making this decision. The decision should be a well-informed decision, and for that they should not solely rely on the information that we have provided, but they should independently explore for themselves what mechatronics is.
Ji, sir.
Yes, please. So that will be it from my side.
Okay, thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you so very much. Thank you all the viewers for watching this up. Thank you so very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Allah Hafiz.